that I want to continue to be full natty just because that's my personal goals. But you know, if I ever become AM trending, I will let you guys know. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AM Training. It is week 5 of the TSA program. Now, I usually do days 1 and 2 before I start doing this wonderful car side commentary, but I wanted to change it up because I want to tell you about back pain. So, my back pain has been haunting me for the past maybe 2 weeks, just because if you OG subscribers know, I've herniated a disc and I don't want to snap my shit up again. So, with that being said, I talked about, you know, rating my pain scale with pain, with 0 being no pain and 10 being the worst goddamn pain you can imagine, with like a needle in your eye kind of pain. The very beginning, when I had this back pain about 2 weeks ago, I would say it would be a 4 out of 10 pain. Now it is a 1 out of 10 pain. You're probably saying that's good news. It might actually be worse. Now, the reason why that is something called peripheralization. So basically, even though there's no pain in the back, I'm actually having maybe some numbness and tingling down the legs, maybe a little bit of hip pain. I don't know if that hip pain is coming from the back, kind of referred pain. So I don't know if it's actually getting worse, even though the back is actually feeling a little less. So, and that's could be the opposite thing happening. So if you've ever had, you know, pain down the legs, pain and numbness down the legs, that's peripheralization. If you're starting to get better, you might even notice that your back pain is even worse, but it's not going down the legs. That's called centralization, and that's a sign of it getting better. That's actually what I went through when I herniated my disc maybe 2-3 years ago. That disc is going back, and hopefully, with the dynamic disc theory, it depends on what you believe in. That is a sign of getting better because the disc is kind of moving back to place. The reason why I wanted to do this commentary first is because I don't know what I'm going to do today. It does call for me to do 390 for 5 sets of 5 in the squat, but I want to see how warm-up goes. I want to see how everything feels, because I might actually start doing a Bulgarian squat. That's one squat that I feel that's probably going to be the safest on the back, and it's really hard because, you know, I'm on a program and, you know, I want to keep continuing to progress, but it's a fine balance between progress and being a dumbass. So even though you want that progress, you're also pushing that dumbass factor. So Alright guys, so like I said in the very beginning of this video, I wasn't sure if I was going to do regular squats or Bulgarian squats. Now, I've said before that Bulgarian squats are going to be great for people that have back pain but still want to train. I've said this in my old videos before I got YouTube famous, with 3,500 subscribers soon. So thank you very much for all you new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I definitely look at the subscriber. I know I'm a YouTube loser. I look at my subscriber count pretty much like every day because I just like seeing that number go up, and it's like I feel like it's gains. Talking about gains, it's a little depressing now that I'm in week 5 of the TSA program. I really want to keep going with pushing weights and getting stronger, of course, because that's what everyone wants to do, especially all you guys that are watching my channel. That's one goal that we all have, brothers in iron. So with that being said, it's really depressing because I'm trying to still train and trying to work around, because my motto has always been like an injury is just another opportunity to get creative. So with that being said, I've done Bulgarian squats, and then I've also, you saw my deadlifts, I went ahead and did kind of a 2-inch or 2.5 inch block pull, because that will help me get a little bit more vertical and a little bit less shearing force on the spine, more of a compressive force. But again, it's really hard because I want to balance, progress with being a dumbass. One side of me says, keep pushing. The other side says, don't be a dumbass. So you really have to balance out being, training hard and training smart. What? Shameless plug. So yeah, it's really depressing because when you're seeing guys, some of my friends there, I beat them in the squat before with, 500 for a double, and now they're like freaking doing 500 for freaking like 5 reps, and it's like, what the hell? They couldn't even do 500 to begin with. But again, this is one of my friends that is on trend and some other things, so you can't really compare. So the same friend is recommending that I go on HGH because it's going to help with collagen production and it's going to help with my back pain. Now, I decided a long time ago that I want to continue to be full natty just because that's my personal goals. But if I ever become AM training, I will let you guys know. But one thing that's really funny is that one of the best YouTube video comments that I've ever gotten is a guy, I don't know if he was trolling me, but he was saying that, you're really strong. Are you natty or are you on TRT? I'm like, what the fuck? TRT? I'm 29 years old. I am not old enough to get TRT, or at least what I think. So it was like an underhanded comment saying you're strong, but you're old. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and do some squats, some Bulgarian squats, because of that back pain life. Alright, so that concludes week 5 of the TSA program, and you are currently watching a grown-ass man eat some little boy pastries. Now, this is toaster strudel. I know you fitness people love watching people eat. Now, this isn't exactly as convenient as a Pop-Tart because you couldn't put this in your pocket, but it is twice, I dare say 3 times as delicious as a Pop-Tart. So, I know you guys watching people watch, but I can't even think right now. You're welcome. And speaking of being a grown-ass man eating little kindergarten food, I had Lunchables for college. Yeah, Lunchables for college. Busted out a, pizza Lunchables right in the middle of lecture. The cold pizza sauce along with the weird tasting bread. That was a little weird. So let's stop talking about food and let's talk about training. So this whole week was pretty much replacing the squat with Bulgarian squats. Everything feels pretty good. Back wise, kind of giving my back a little bit of a break, and you know what, it's kind of weird because I feel my booty a whole lot more. The pump is real when you do Bulgarian squats. I would say that maybe because of the way that it's angled, you're definitely gonna have that booty recruitment more. So I'm hoping that this carryover to a regular squat is definitely gonna help out. So let's talk about deadlifts. Deadlifts was very irritating on the back. So you saw throughout the week I was trying to modify the deadlift. So that last deadlift session you saw, I went ahead and lightened up the load with 405. Now it's not the 430 that I was supposed to pull, but again, I'm trying to modify and kind of give my back a little bit of a break. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna pause it, but it felt pretty decent to pause it. And the only thing that was hurting besides my back was also my thighs. Like my thighs get bloody. I'm just digging my thumb or just digging my nail into my thigh at the same place every freaking time. And it's hard because with hook grip, my middle finger is sticking out, so it's pretty much scraping my thigh every time. And I try to grab less of my thumb, but it feels like I don't have a good enough grip. So I guess my thighs are just gonna have to get used to it and scar up. So let's end the video off there. Train hard, train smart, eat your white frosting. What? Fine dine on swine. That's my favorite, along with some, of course, egg rolls and some good old barbecue spring rolls. Speaking of Asian food, here's a public service announcement. If you are cooking Spam, make sure you're not doing it shirtless, because Spam fights back. I definitely burned myself with the oil. What are you gonna do when you deep fry Spam? So